Sikkim is one of the most beautiful places that one can find on earth. Sikkim is an Indian state situated in the eastern Himalayas on the lap of Mount Kanchenjunga, the third highest mountain peak of the world. The mystical mountains teeming not just with varied flora and fauna but also with extremely loving and caring people. Despite various ethnic and religious diversities and being a border state to three countries, Nepal, Bhutan and China, it is amazing to see how Sikkim has managed to remain so peaceful. This is due to various reasons like effective governance, social justice, gender equality, rule of law and value education in schools and society. The institution of family is considered to be the most stable creation of our civilization. The values that the child receives in a family will probably determine his behavior in the future.
Value education in the context of Sikkim is very dear. It's very dear in the senses because parents, by virtue of being so close to their children, they have a lot of bonding with their children. And I personally feel as a sociologist that somewhere this bonding has been very instrumental for the kind of peace which we have in Sikkim. And at the same time, I would also like to point out that if at any point of time in any society, if the institution of family is weak, we find that there are so many problems the individuals of that family or the individuals of that society would be facing. And in Sikkim, by virtue of being here for the last so many years, I can say that the family as an institution with its very strong value education which it is imparting to its children, by virtue of being there for them most of the time, by virtue of their presence in the household, is something which has really contributed to the children being so successful here.
Blessed by the best of nature, the sprawling mountains of the Himalayas, the pristine freshwater lakes and the evergreen trees are revered by the people of Sikkim as holy. Religion and values are intertwined. Religion in Sikkim plays a vital role in the value system as well as the ecosystem. The practice of worshipping nature, which is inculcated within a child by the parent at a very young age. The value of preserving nature is etched involuntarily.
What we see is we have the concept of things being sacred, and when the ancestors here were making things sacred, like we have many sacred lakes in Sikkim, and I think they were far more, you would say they had a far sight than any of us now, because they were ecologists of the highest order, because they felt that if they were not able to preserve these things, they would be used by man. There would be so much of the interface between the nature and the environment which we always talk about would actually not be there. And the same rich heritage, this natural heritage which we have in Sikkim, would have actually got polluted the way we have it in the rest of India. So, by virtue of the nature worship which is here, we prefer to keep things as sacred. And because when we kept things as sacred, we are able to preserve the biological and the natural environment of this place. So, nature worship, because it's dependent upon what? It is dependent upon natural factors. And somewhere, because agriculture was the main occupation of the state, people actually believed in worshipping nature. So even by worshipping nature, what they were doing was they were worshipping the society. They were actually worshipping the inmates of the society. And by virtue of keeping things as sacred in Sikkim, or we actually call Sikkim the Bayul. The Bayul is supposed to be the sacred land. It's a land which has been blessed by Rinpoche, by Guru Padmasambhava, and he says that it is a land where everything is to be preserved. The inhabitants who are living here, they are supposed to be people of the highest values and virtues.
Sharing of things among the neighbors in this Himalayan state is taught to the children at a very early age.
नुवागी भनेको चाहिँ यस्तो चिज हो कि जसमा चाहिँ हामीले उहिलेदेखि नै यस्तो हाम्रो गाउँघरमा प्रथा चलेर आएको छ, जसको बारीतिर फलफुलहरू पाकेको हुन्छ नि, त्यो चाहिँ गाउँघरतिर छरछिमेकतिर बाँटेर खाने चलन छ। यस्तो नुवागीहरू पठाउँदा चाहिँ हामी विशेष गरेर हामी ठुलो मान्छेहरू भ्याइँदैन, त्यसले गर्दाखेरि नानीहरूलाई जो छ मसिनो नानीहरूलाई उनीहरूलाई चाहिँ गाउँघरमा पठाउँछौँ। अनि लु है यो तपाईँहरूको घरमा पाकेको छैन, फलेको छैन होला, नुवागी चाख्नुहोस् है भनेर चाहिँ हामी पठाउने गर्छौँ। अनि यसो गर्दा नानीहरू पनि गाउँघरमा चिनाजाना हुन्छ, आफ्नो सम्बन्धीहरूसँग चिनाजाना हुन्छ। अनि यिनीहरूले गएर बाँड्छ, घरबाट पठाइदिएको चाख्नुहोस् है भनेर, खानुहोस् है भनेर पठाइदिएको भनेर चाहिँ उनीहरूले पनि भन्छ। हामी उनीहरूको राम्रो रिलेसन हुन्छ अथवा सम्बन्ध हुन्छ। अनि केही साह्रो गाह्रो पर्दाखेरि उनीहरूले हामी बिचमा यसरी सघाउनु पर्ने रहेछ, हामी यसरी गाउँ छिमेकमा बस्नुपर्ने रहेछ भनेर पनि यस्तो ज्ञानहरू पनि उनीहरूले सिक्न सक्छ नानीहरूले।
Because of this sharing of festivals, because of this sharing of very basic things like even ritualistic food, it is somewhere responsible for the strong binding which is there in society. So if you see, Sikkim is like one of the most peaceful states of Northeast India, and somewhere I would equate it to the kind of religious harmony which we have in the state. So although we have religions like we have Hinduism, we have Buddhism, we have Christianity coming in, but despite all these religions being there, the state still remains a very secular one. So because by virtue of the state being very secular and by virtue of the strong community feeling which the individuals have here with each other, it's very much responsible for the strong binding and the peace and harmony which is there in the state.
Mahatma Gandhi once said that education becomes the basis of personality development in all dimensions: moral, mental and emotional. Hence, in the long run, form the foundation on which the castles of peace and prosperity can be built. Since ancient times, it is said in Sanskrit, Savidyaya Vimuktaya, which means that with education we finally attain salvation. So, value education generally is educating the feelings and emotions. It is the training of the heart and consists of developing the right feelings and emotions.
The National Policy of Education 1986 of India, it also has highly focused on the importance of the moral education as well as in the value education, with a special reference to the school education system, not only in the schools but also in the higher educations. And in the present day we can witness so many things. Even in the higher education field also there is a chaos between the interrelationship between teachers and the students also. And also students come from different types of backgrounds. And now in the school or in the educational institution like this, the teacher has to tackle, that teacher has to understand all this type of the students' needs, their specialities, their problems. What we feel that students these days, they come to the institution just like a client. They come to the institution with a problem. So as a teacher, we feel that we have to play as the counselor, as a mentor, as an accompanier to understand them. And to understand others, again, we need to understand ourselves. Our own values will help us to give a right guidance, to imbibe the values in the other individual also. So that's why I feel the value education must find its place in the field of present-day education system.
In this way, value education in different educational institutions in Sikkim has been playing an important role in imparting human
I don't
values.
share my happiness. It remains only with me. Okay? Now, the same thing comes with sorrows, pains. When I am feeling some kind of pain, when I am in sorrow, I generally talk to my confidant, to my friend. And when I talk to my friend, before I finish telling him the story, before I finish telling him my sorrows, half of my sorrows are gone.
Acharya Rigzin of Karma Shri Nalanda Institute explains how peace can be attained in its purest form.
We cannot find the peace and unity from outside. We have to create peace and unity inside by ourselves. So in this way, the main message is this from the Buddha.
As a part of value education, activity-based teachings are also carried out in the schools in Sikkim. Calming the mind and infusing the mind, body and soul by meditation helps the students attain peace and in remaining calm.
P-E-A-C-E, peace. Think only peace. P-E-A-C-E, peace. Now think, I am peace. Long breathing and slowly, long breathing and slowly, gently open your eyes. Eyes are opened? Do you feel like opening your eyes? You are not feeling, no? You wanted to close your eyes. So can you explain your experiences? How did you feel?
All the bad things which was in my mind earlier, it has gone already. It is now, my mind is peace.
Calm and peaceful. Very good.
In the school, we have value education lessons taught to us. The most important thing that we learn in value education class is self-improvement and self-growth to become better individuals.
Sikkim being a multicultural place, students from very early age mix with students from other communities. This way, the value of tolerance and mutual respect is inculcated within them at a very early age in life.
Now coming to the context of Sikkim, our state Sikkim, it is the most peaceful state among the 29 states of India. And I'm sure this is because of the fact that the children of our state are exposed to different cultural values, cultural atmosphere from the very tender age. Now keeping this in mind, even in school, we have incorporated, beside academic course, we have incorporated co-curricular and extracurricular activities.
Role play and folk dance competition and various other cultural activities gives the young students ample space to explore various other aspects of cultural diversity and convey importance of human values at the same time.
For instance, a cultural
activity is an integral part of our education and life. When children are performing or practicing any cultural activity, children from different religion, caste, creed and socio-economic background are intermingling with one another, and this fosters appreciation, respect and mutual understanding for one another's culture. And not only that, since it is a team activity, it imbibes discipline, time management among children, and further it also helps to enhance the knowledge, one's knowledge about different custom, belief, costumes and some of the vocabulary.
We believe that everybody's are one family under God. Therefore, we don't have differences in the culture, societies, religions, and like that. And Sikkim is the only state, very, very peaceful state. Till today, we have been proved that by national government, they have given us award even in the peace also.
Malligumpa School has been the forerunner of environmentally sustainable school in Sikkim for more than 7 years. Students here are encouraged to keep the school compound clean by themselves. Students who are assigned with the duty come early and start their work. This activity is not just for the school, but by imparting this value from a very young age, it helps the child lead the same kind of lifestyle imbibed from young, as well as practice it at home and influence others around him, thus establishing the fact that human development is of utmost importance.
Doing all this work of the school, it has not only benefited the school by making it neat and clean, but it has also benefited the students by adding moral values to their life. Like, we have learned that cleanliness is godliness. It has taught us to be environment friendly. It has taught us to stay healthy and hygienic. It has taught us the great lesson of teamwork, as we have learned that by working together we can produce better results. It has given us the feeling of sense of belonging, that school is ours and it's our property, so it's our responsibility to keep it neat and clean. Lastly, it has also helped us to win the Green School Award with a cash prize of ₹1 lakh.
It's been around 7 years that we have started this practice, and we have done this mainly because we want to inculcate certain values in our children. The value of keeping the surrounding clean, maintaining a very clean and healthy environment, green environment, where the children can come and enjoy. Teachers can come, enter the school with a cheerful mood. And more importantly, when they go back to their village, when they go back to their house, they can percolate this message, spread this message, and in this way we can make our entire society clean.
Lingchom School is one school in Sikkim which has adopted a unique program of reusing plastic waste creatively.
The most important objective of doing these works on reuse of plastics is that through this we are trying to inculcate environmental values in our students, and since the problem of environmental degradation is a global problem, but as we all know that the solution is entirely local.
Intersubjectivity for me is the biggest value that a person can have in their lives. Max Weber said it's called Verstehen. If you don't understand the person sitting right in front of you, then it's like you talking alone to the walls. So I think yes, intersubjectivity as a value I cherish and I practice.
There's one subject, value education, that teaches us how to be ourselves. What you look into a mirror, when you see yourself in a mirror, it only shows your outer parts, your appearance, physical appearance. But that doesn't show you from your within. It doesn't show you what your heart carries. And that is, I think, what value education teaches us.
Value education for me is like living a life in a way so that it won't hurt others as well as it won't hurt myself. And for me, being humble is one of the first values which I try to maintain in life.
It is we, the humans, so powerful that we have built nations, invented the most revolutionary machines. But why have we forgotten that it is we humans who possess the power of creating happiness? Sowing the seeds of kindness, celebrating togetherness, and building blocks of universal values that foster peace and harmony. We do not want peace to be limited just to our state. We do not just want Sikkim to be called a peaceful state. We, with our story, would want to inspire as many individuals, nations, states, cities, towns, and villages to follow simple ways of acquiring equality, justice, secularism, cooperation, unity, freedom, and most importantly, peace.